Yo, welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles with Justin and Newland. Alright, so, with our defenses in place, and the attacks being apparently synchronized now to the point that I'm not sure that short of just ignoring the dragon or something, I can desync them. But, this will be a good, we won't really need to, if it turns out that the fortifications we've built can take the dragon out on its own without needing me to divert the archers, which would be nice. But I don't know that that's the case, so I guess we're just going to get to test that. And, I guess I certainly hope that that works. Otherwise, that's just going to be kind of annoying, I guess. Not really that big of a pain, just annoying. Let's see, what's our stone looking like? Probably high enough for at least a pretty significant chunk of the bridges. Yeah, and our gold's pretty much at cap too. We'll go ahead and start on this. So, we are definitely going to want to hug most, if not all, of the inside here. Maybe just up to the Noira or something. Not sure. But we'll definitely need to at least come from here, around here, to try to... Oh, goodness, how long is... Hello. How long have I just been sitting on that being rubble? Well, so it begins. Guess we'll put that other plan on hold. 6 ships, huh? 3 from one side, 3 from the other. Alright, so they'll be attacking from the far side. And, pattern holds, we won't really care about them the entire way around, pretty much. Until finally they get around over here where these other guys are landing. So they'll just be really late to the party, because the other guys will have approached fairly quickly. Alright, here comes the dragon, and it does look like he's heading more or less towards our defenses. We'll certainly see how well this works. What's your range again? All the way out to the edge of that field. No, I was trying to click on the ballista. There we are. Alright, yeah, so, alright, they should be firing any minute now. Oh, goodness gracious, was that 1 shot or 2? Or that may have been more than just 2 either. Reload! Good grief! Wow, they annihilated that dragon. Nice! Wow, 4 of them really did a number. That's good. That seems to imply that this generic situation is solid enough to do the job. So I may leave this one here where it is fine and just make, like another to get better coverage. Although, it covers all the farmland, it looks like. Yeah, it's really only the orchards over here that aren't covered, and we've never really attacked the orchards nearly as directly as they've attacked the farmland. Oh, looks like we got a conversion off. And the arrows begin to fly. The clouds, get out of the way! Get in under the clouds. A reminder, wow, goodness, we got so many conversions off that. That was awesome. On the one hand. On the other hand, that's a lot of homeless, bedless people, well, we don't really have the, housing to hold them at the moment. Why are they all still lying down? I guess the rest of the Vikings have to all get killed before they walk around free. Am I missing? Well, they seem to all be trained. Did I... We must have had two, or the middle one die, and I just guess I must have decided that was fine. Because I don't think I'm able to delete those units. Or if I am able, I don't think I know how. Or are they carting away pieces of the dragon? That would make sense. Alright, so here come the loser ships. And how far away are the slowpokes? Oh, they have rounded the bend. Alright, so they're on their way. Oh, not all of them though. Alright, so some of them are just really slow. But they'll get there when they get there, and then they will meet the same fate. As much as this cathedral's been doing, I'm guessing a fair amount of them will be conversions, which, I mean, should mean I don't really need to use the town center for festivals for that purpose anymore. I still need to use it occasionally to just give the happiness boost. Excuse me. Actually, right over here would not be a bad spot. So you need 4x4. That's 1, 2. So not as good as all that. Because I would have to do 4 and then cut in 1 here. And I couldn't have any roads anywhere here because that would all be wall. Yeah, and again, I mean, these are reaching pretty much everywhere I need them to be. So, I mean, that should be fine. So yeah, let's just go ahead and stone bridge. I don't know that I'm going to keep it going directly across there. In fact, I'm thinking... Oh, actually, though, as I'm looking at that, the only one of these that I would actually end up destroying in that case is this one, and that's probably worth leaving there. So, I'll probably leave that there. Alright, how much further? Alright, they got a ways to walk. Oh, is that further back group? Did the others already get killed or converted? Goodness, they're fast acting. Alright, well, yeah, 2 little groups I'm not going to be bothered by, so that's nothing to be particularly concerned about. But we have sort of overdone our idle, so for right now, we'll go ahead and let them finish up the bridge sections that we've already asked. Oh, considering, yep, we are already well beyond our capacity for random idle workers. Yeah, so far, that's curious. How in the world is iron only a +1? I've got an entire secondary mine going. How is that? I guess I did. Yeah, I did open like 2 more, so. Still, I mean, yeah, in which case, yeah, any surplus is honestly fine. In fact, the smaller the surplus, the less excessive we're being. So that's probably fine. I don't know why the animation appears to stop. Like, does that actually mean they are, like, re-knocking and so forth, and that, or is damage still happening, even though the animation appears to have stopped? I mean, yeah, you still get these little spurts of red. I don't know, confusing. It's like they had that animation for the ballistas on top of the wall turning to face the dragon, but it got hit before any of them had finished turning. So I think they do attack regardless of the animation. I think. Kind of hope. Not sure. Because surely if they did require that, then they would, like, let you tell them, like, which way to be baseline looking. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess they might. I didn't try rotating them before placing them, so maybe their from rest can actually be altered. Well, with that many archers, we definitely don't seem to need the 1 more melee. So we'll probably leave that at well enough alone. Alright, so that one's just about done. We got a couple people back, so let's go ahead and have them stone bridge. Oh, wait a minute, right here or right there? Yeah, hold on. Definitely right there, and I think actually I'm going to put it right there. Because I like that cutting across rather than this cutting across, I think. I don't know. I mean, there's only the ones. I don't know. Maybe I will just go ahead and delete that then. Yeah, it's not that far out of the way for them to walk. I could have waited till they finished building those sections of the bridge to destroy the walking part between them, but whatever, you know. Hmm. So, regarding the Noira, what is the proximity requirements? Okay, well that's confusing. That makes it look like you can put a bridge there even though it required it to be open. So I'm going to assume you need to go around. Which actually means right here we cannot. So I'll probably just go ahead and have that just cut straight across and be along this border. And then we won't do anything bridge-wise over here. And then, seeing as how that's open, yeah, we'll probably not bother bridging there again, and then just, yeah, pick up from over here like how the wood one has. And then considering what we've done in the back there, I'll probably will just go ahead and still let this end here. I wonder, should I like peer up right here though, or something? I don't know. But otherwise, yeah, I think I will go ahead and build new bridge out all the way around this edge. To hopefully maybe better facilitate our, what's the term? Exposure loss. Or not facilitate our exposure loss, to better facilitate our efforts against exposure loss. And sell those 63. Not super attached to wood, and it looks like neither are they, given they're not selling it for very expensive. I don't know if I can afford to sell fish. I mean, probably. Oh, but then we really don't need the gold either anyway. Alright, well, what about purchases? Looks like we're honestly pretty fine. Yeah, we'll probably just let him go ahead and sail on off again. I think we've got all the research we were going to get out of this. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, who cares about that, though? Because I was going to say, one thing that had occurred to me, especially about, like, for instance, this mine location here, was if the walls weren't already so encompassing, I could have, like, walled it off and made it its own little secure area with its own dock and just ship it from the dock back and forth. But that would be a whole lot of extra hassle, and again, the walls were already so close that it really didn't make sense to bother with that kind of nonsense anyway. Alright, would appear they've gotten some more of that done. See, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it took from 53 down to 8, 17. Well, I guess that could have been someone dying just now. Right, I can just click on them. 7 per. So that's 2 more that I can start building. Which isn't really enough to bother. Hmm. And if that's coming directly across here, man, because I guess I could pier these two up, but really, to what end? So that's probably fine, just having the bridge come directly down to here, then follow the edge like it does. And then I'm not sure how we're going to treat this whole side of things. That'll end up depending on exactly how the farmland works. But given it is going to be farmland pretty definitely by this point, it would be ideal to similarly have it be... I mean, and hopefully we've learned our lesson in orchards up against the edge, not farmland that runs the risk of flooding due to being against the edge of rivers. So maybe something just direct from here up, then across, and in? And then, yeah, maybe just straight across then. I don't know, otherwise we could go up and just follow that all the way around again. Yeah, and if this middle section's not there, then yeah, following that around and over to there. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Alright. Gonna definitely be a ways off based on that. Speed of construction. Plague infections got everybody down. Great. Where are you guys retrieving wood from? When? I don't know where they are. Oh, well, anywhere on the outside of the walls, I guess, because actually, yeah, they're having to only use our one open gate. Suppose we could use an exterior gate, but then where are they pulling wood from? I guess when we chop this whole area down, though I'd kind of thought I'd built this such that all the excess wood should have been on the insides. Yeah, there shouldn't have been any wood cutting out here that got them distracted. I'm not sure what that's a remnant of. Weird. Alright. Looks like they finished up. So let's go ahead and get the other side. Let's see, 1, 2, whoop, it didn't click. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that, yeah, we had just enough for that. Not doing the head math right now for 6 times 7. We are actually a little bit below bed capacity again. I guess that was because of all the old age deaths. So, actually, yeah, despite what I said, in order to keep our work crews going well, I actually do need to go ahead and... because otherwise it's 7 years till the next Viking attack. So that's kind of an issue of it. I'm not really able to double up on the value I can get from this cathedral by also making good use of the villagers it gives me. We're still getting definitely some use out of it because every villager, every Viking that it turns into a villager is one less that they have to kill, which just overall weakens their force and makes it more likely that the number of troops I've placed here will be up to the task of taking them down. So it's worth it as a defensive measure, but it'd be really nice if I could double dip the benefits and not only use it offensively like that, but then also be able to somehow benefit from the population increase, except I mean, when the Vikings attack tends to be when I'm already sufficiently close enough to my capacity that it goes over and doesn't really do me any good. Still, it's proved worth its resources just for the offensive purposes. So, I'm not complaining. I'm just wondering out loud if there's not something I could be doing to... I don't know. other than intentionally having significant. I don't know, because if I'm providing enough supplies for the people to fit all the beds I have, it will fill. You know, whether I do all the uh, all the uh, what am I thinking of? Not fountain. What do you call it? Festival. There's the F word I was looking for. All the festival does is accelerate that. Eventually, as the years pass, they would slowly fill in up to the amount of not just beds that you have, but beds that you have that also can meet their needs well enough. And I wouldn't want to just make beds that aren't appropriate, because then you run the risk that the converted Vikings end up becoming villagers that don't like their home and leave. And then what was the point, really? So I'm sort of thinking that that conversion, I don't know if there really is a way to double benefit from that angle of it. And like I said before, I mean, we saw how many lightning strikes we got out of it, so it really saps their strength. So have it. I mean, yeah, as an off using it just as an offensive structure probably does it well enough. All right, we're up to 44 workers. For some reason, this one fell way behind all the others. Not sure what would cause that. Should have enough people for that section. Oh, wait, but if we're going to go around, we actually do want to go ahead and tell them to make the outermost one so that it can then come around here. So that one's waiting on a couple more people carrying stone. Yeah, and these bridges sure are a lot more stone intensive than those roads were. And the roads, because of how many we had, definitely drained us of our stone supply. But these bridges do not take many of them to deplete our stone cache pretty quick. I mean, there are some areas where I'm doing more stone bridge in some places than so there's definitely, I'm going to be doing more stone bridge than there was wood bridge in the first place, so it's a double. It's not just the fact that I'm replacing all this, I'm also expanding it at the same time, so I should expect that's spending probably a lot of stone, but isn't the amount of stone the same as the, no, it's actually more expensive in stone than it is gold, so wait, no, yeah, not, yeah, so yeah. The fact that it's barely chipping away at our gold makes sense. Let's see, we've got 25 people, so that can definitely get these three, and that's it. Okay. We're walking through the orchards instead of using the roads, because no, I mean, yeah, roads, people. I built them for a reason. Use them. Although, that is an interesting note that by and large, while you can't, because from the road you can build, what is it, 3 out? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can build up to 3 away from the road. But because of the way that their walking AI works, it probably would be a lot more efficient. Even though it's not space efficient, it would be more efficient in the long run because of time efficiency for their movement's sake to honestly have the road work be a lot more grid-like than I have it already. Just to make sure that no matter where they're wanting to go, they're not, they're not defeating the purpose of things and walking through fields. They're using the roads. So that's also something to consider for when we eventually, because I don't know if I've mentioned future plans. I may have when I first started this second kingdom up, but I'm still planning on the when they do eventually come out with the update that will have the rival AIs and so forth, I'm planning on doing a fully new map for that one using the Archipelago land set so that we can get some experience trying out their ocean faring stuff. I mean, in our last one, we had some docks, sure, and this one, I mean, we've definitely taken to the fishing aspects of it, but we don't use the water much other than as a barrier and stuff, So having to, I mean, and with those, you definitely end up having to have totally different keeps on these different islands, and so balancing resources and stuff like that, I'm expecting to prove a very interesting challenge. So even from this map, I'm still, I mean, part of me is thinking about expansion and whatnot, but I mean, we are, to be sure, getting kind of close, because I mean, I do not want to push things to the point where we're almost, the whole border walled off and whatever not and filled in, So I mean, we still got a little bit more that will go on this map, and once I feel that this map we've done what I'm gonna do, I probably will go ahead and put the series on hiatus again until the next update comes out. At which point, like I said, unless they do another thing like this and have a mid-update that has something else, in which case we'll probably start another or try it out on this, yada yada, whatever. The next time that we will definitely pick the series back up will be for that new map with the new mode. And like I said, I don't recall, I may have said something about my plans for that way back when we first started this, but if I didn't, there's the notification. So I figure, based on the land space we still have to occupy, we've probably still got a good several episodes left for this series. For this season, rather, of the series. I've been especially pleased with this game on the whole, so for its capacity to... so as a series as a whole, yeah, no, I think there's tons more. I mean, as much as they're willing to just keep developing. And it is kind of nice, for my end, to have a little bit of a break every now and again from it. It's not that I don't enjoy it, it's that I enjoy it more in these bursts than if I were just running it as as just some sort of, ever-present series. Even the most fun thing in the world gets old when you do that much of it. Not to mention, I mean, just once again, we've pushed this map pretty close. I mean, again, stats-wise, because I still have the other save file on, I check its stats to compare every now and again, and we are still a couple decades in-game earlier than the other map ended, and we are hundreds of population above where it's gotten, and almost all of our resources are just far more efficient, they're in far better places, and, as I was saying with the roadways, I think even with all that, they could still clearly have some noteworthy improvements. And along with roads, figuring out how best to spread the wells because of just how much I hate the idea of leaving any of these at anything other than lowest risk. But then again, I mean, yeah, because, I mean, I keep the fire brigades around because definitely you need them for dragons. But if I'm keeping those around anyway, they're earning wages per year anyway, you know what I'm saying? And, I mean, I'm spreading them out all that much anyway. I'm wondering, is it really worth my gold to be putting out this many wells, especially when, for so many of the shapes that you end up creating for roads and whatnots, well, as we encountered here, trying to fit wells in as well to try to keep everything hydrated. I don't know, Whole lot to think about and try to figure out and optimize, but hey, that's most of the fun of the game. But on that note, I think we will be closing this episode here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.